Some say he's a pervert. It's a personality disorder. It's a wicked girl who has not yet schemed. But if the soil of evil produces the flower of goodness, that's dehumanizing. All he wants is to climb up, crossing this class that made him desperate. Don't be as pathetic as your mother. At the moment of being caught by the lady boss, Mom escaped. He hates alcohol, because every time my mother finished drinking, we'll punch him. So after Dad pushed Mom down the stairs and threatened him if he said anything, we'll end the same way. He chose to protect himself, because he wants to get rid of this desperate life with no end in sight. Dad also promised we'll find him a rich stepmother. Dad cried so loud the day Mom left. His eyes are full of smiles. But even though his mother used him as a theft tool, his tears are not fake. Soon he followed his father to a mansion. The new mother is a very beautiful woman, and a very polite son. I thought my life had turned around. He can act like a normal child, have a harmonious family. But I heard the most malicious language outside the door. Dad wants to take a video of him for sale. Then take the money. Move to a mansion overlooking the Han River. The stepmother is going to take the video after. Send him to the orphanage. At a young age, he was overwhelmed by this malice. He has no control over his life. The two people in the room laughed heartlessly. He stood in front of the door, shaking uncontrollably. For him, the only warmth in this house is Jun-Rui. It's the only one he can break through. So when the boy has a fever, he is by his side and takes meticulous care. And when Jun-Rui took out a family photo for him, look at him and find out, boy compared to Dad, looks more like Kwansky standing in the corner. He finally saw the turnaround. If he wants to stay at home, he has to strike first. So when Jun-Rui went to the hospital, he came to his stepmother for a showdown. It turns out that Jun-Rui's father died. He left his inheritance to Jun-Rui. And Jun-Rui's grandfather is a rich man with eyes and hands. If you knew about it, it is inevitable that the inheritance will not be handed over to a fake grandson. Child, Yuzan knew that she had pinched her stepmother 7 inches. He has leverage at the negotiating table. He explained to women simply and clearly, it is better not to send yourself to an orphanage. And he needs some new clothes. I'm wearing too old. That night, his stepmother brought him new clothes. He happily showed off to Jun-Rui. But Jun-Rui doesn't seem interested, because Mom is like a prisoner. Lock him up at home. Yuzan at a young age knows how to control people's hearts. He wants Jun-Rui to be on his side. Then we need to divide his relationship with his mother. But was heard by the stepmother outside the door. He angrily called the man. If Baek Ya is not sent to the orphanage, I will never register my marriage with him. However, this conversation, in fact, Yuzan wanted her stepmother to hear. After Jun-Rui fell asleep, he walked out the door still saying angry words, Kido. The accumulated dissatisfaction finally broke out. His stepmother picked him up and walked down the stairs. He screamed on purpose and broke the lamp. The loud noise woke Jun-Rui up from his sleep. Walk in with the sound. Young him. I saw a scene that I will never forget. Mom pinned Yazin in the bathtub like a demon. Everything is in Yashin's plan. At that moment, Jun-Rui was completely disappointed with his mother. To stay at home and not be filmed. She went all out. I broke into the balcony on the 2nd floor alone. Falling from a height doesn't necessarily kill you. Jun-Rui downstairs is anxiously calling the police. And I saw this. Yasin is lucky that he survived. Listening to the sound of Dad and Mom arguing outside the ward, Jun-Rui covered his ears. Childhood guilt has always been rooted in Jun-Rui's heart. So no matter what Yasin asks him to do, he will do it without hesitation. Including this one, help Yasin fight back against the girl who bullies him. They play games. Put the girl Saint Shi, turned into a freak with stealing farts. And just as a desperate Saint West was about to leave school, but I met Baek Ya's real father at the school gate. Help get the debt from the ledger. With the mentality of watching the fun. If other students catch him doing this, I won't let him go. However, a phone call broke the bottleneck. The classmate informed Yazin that his father was coming to school. Now the world is looking for him. So Bright Light's dad will never come to school. There are good things that triumph over schadenfreude. If the current situation is not reversed, he will never have a better time at school in the future, okay? Seeing that his plan failed, and then there was this exasperated look. And Yuzan naturally knew that he was getting in the way, and he left the ledger in the hallway. Then he will ask for his own blessing. Jun-Rui gave a thick stack of money to the man. That's only half. If he promises not to disturb Yasin before graduation, I will pay the other half myself. facing this disgusting father. I feel nauseous when I look at it. I don't want to stay. And Saint West on the other side got his comeuppance. His ledger happened to be caught by a group of sisters. It just so happens that they are all marked as inferior. And the untouchables. The one who wants to use everything to bring down Yazan Saint West. Finally, he transferred schools like running away. In the days without Saint Cyrus, Yoon Jun was successfully admitted to the law department of Korea University. The load that was originally walking on the same road derailed. In order to protect his younger brother from being violently confronted by his father, in a dispute, he accidentally turned the cold blade, stabbed into the man's body. Before turning himself in, he sent his brother to his aunt's house, radically begging for his aunt to take care of him. Then a phone call to Yazan. He informed Yazan of his actions. Laughter as a law department. He tried to teach Dad how to reduce guilt. You wanna cry? Wailing and repenting. More importantly, fake regret. No one knows if your confession is true or false. People just want to see you confess. They say don't go from victim to perpetrator. But if you don't resist, the pain will last forever. But the moment the victim becomes the perpetrator, everything is different. People began to dig deeper into his situation, sympathize with his experience, keep all eyes on him, and them in the exploding information age, finally forgot him, like today's gold load, standing in the dock. It became the talk of the town. People started paying attention to him, care about him before that. He's just one of the slashes in the notes of the Holy See, the sad untouchables. Yazan's days are on track. Just when he was worried about tuition fees, Jun Ruguan's grandfather is coming for a sum of money. He handed it to Yozan in the name of a scholarship. I heard that my daughter is going to college. The face-giving father came to visit again. Although he doesn't know where his daughter got the money to prepare tuition fee, but working day and night there must be a deposit. That's his tuition. It was the stepping stone that changed his life. It must not be taken away. The disparity in power make him lose the strength to fight back, even if mentally accustomed to being confronted roughly. But physically, each time is a new pain. Wait until he wakes up again. Already missed the day of school registration. His father ruined his life again, but he wasn't ready to give up on himself. No matter who brought him pain, he must pay it back twice. In fact, when I was narrating the first episode, I found that many people have misunderstandings about the heroine, build him as a heartless evil woman. My personal thinking is quite the opposite. The reason why he chose this life, it is precisely because he is too human. The past portrayed female characters will try to suppress this humanity. Suffering. You must repay your debt with the goodness of the second half of your life, even with an alcoholic mother behind her. A vicious father. It's bullying and mocking him. It has to be spotless. Must wait for a love. Waiting for a belated redemption. It's not that there's nothing wrong with pursuing the truth and the good. It's that narrative structure that becomes a mist. Gently cover up the original rough appearance of suffering. And the beauty of this show. It is. He made no secret of the process of the heroine's counterattack. In his eyes, everything is available to me. The people around him are his springboard. Dig deep into its underlying logic. It's because he has so few resources at his disposal. He has no humorous family background. No loved ones. Just when it's hard to even pay tuition. He can only do his best. Use all the resources around you to achieve your goals. So his evil power has roots. Is bred in Gauheli. It's not that he wants to look like this. It's the world that only gives gaps to grow like this. If evil is a weed that takes root in a famine, so good is not the fruit of Zanshan. And what we're going to discuss is the source of this violence, and why he chose this path. That's what makes sense.